Alrighty guys, just Sunstrider here, and welcome back to another Sunstrider's Thoughts on video. And today, we're once again going to be talking about some Planetside 2 here. And the main focus is going to be, of course, 7 years of Planetside 2. Now, for a multiplayer-centric first-person shooter games of all things, Planetside 2 has definitely, outlived most of its predecessors, right? And as much as I have a love-hate relationship with this game, I mean, just look at any of my recent New Conglomerate gameplay. It's really love-hate right now, but, as much as that is the case, there is just nothing like Planetside 2 on the market today. No lobby times, just in and out, instant gameplay, I mean, sure, you might have to wait a few minutes for a faction balance queue, but it's not the end of the world. Unless, of course, it's during peak times and you may have to wait, upwards of an hour, maybe more. But with overall opt-in, opt-out play, no lobbies, just instant action. You can do infantry, air, and ground vehicles. You pretty much essentially do what you want and play how you want to play, Mold your Planetside career to whatever the hell you want to. It's kind of like Battlefield on crack. And there's a lot of gameplay changes have happened over the course of 7 years. Some good, some bad, but Planetside 2 now is definitely not the game it used to be when it first came out. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, I've been playing Planetside 2 for about a month after its initial release. I wasn't a beta player, but I mean, I could say with confidence that I could be considered a vet of Planetside 2, but, that's up to, personal opinion there. If you want to consider me a vet or not. But, yeah, I've definitely been playing a long time. And, when I started playing, obviously things like the Lattice, Directives, the Harasser, even, the Valkyrie, those were not things. Those weren't even concepts yet. Those weren't even teased yet, And, yeah, the game has definitely aged. For better or worse is up to your personal opinion, I can't exactly remember when this happened, but some time, maybe about a couple years after its release, Sony Online Entertainment sold it out to Daybreak Games. Daybreak Games have been doing an okay job so far. I don't hate Daybreak Games, but I know there's a lot of memes about people hating Daybreak Games. But I personally, memes aside, I don't dislike Daybreak Games. Sure, they could have done a lot of things differently and better. Don't get me wrong, they're not the best company when it comes to their, game design. Specific aspects, though, overall, Planetside 2 and Planetside Arena have been very huge successes. But the small details here and there have left some to be desired. In my personal opinion, the redeploy system is definitely a big one. It's probably my only main, legitimate concern. Obviously, I, get salty over things here and there, but overall those things that I get salty about aren't exactly big deals, and it's just, hard counters to my play style, like infiltrators, vehicles, the air hammer on NC, Banshee on TR, stuff like that. That just kind of grinds my gears because, they're hard counters to my play style, which is normally a heavy assault main, but overall just a solo infantry directive grinder. I do infantry, essentially, so those are all hard counters to infantry. But definitely one of my legitimate major concerns, this is something I seriously wish they didn't do, was the new redeploy system. Planetside 2 has always been advertised as this giant ongoing war with massive battles and all that stuff. But if a battle reaches a certain population cap, it takes upwards to like 20, maybe even 30 seconds to respawn at that base. And it's kind of, kind of counteracting its own advertising there, It's like you're supposed to encourage these massive battles, but at the same time, you discourage players from spawning there and encourage players from starting other smaller skirmishes when by limiting or by increasing your respawn time, and it can definitely be annoying, especially when there's a good infantry farm going on at like a biolab or just an outpost, wherever the fuck it is. It doesn't matter. If it's a good infantry farm, me being a directive grinder obviously wants to stay there, but it's kind of hard for me to enjoy my time when I'm waiting upwards of 20 seconds to respawn at the same base that I've been respawning at for the past half an hour. I remember the redeploy system used to be like, if you respawn at this Sunstrider, you can respawn at it after 5 seconds or so, right? Every 5 seconds you could respawn on it, right? And if you want to switch your bases or switch your spawns, then you have to wait an extra, X amount of seconds, which fair enough. But the way they changed it, I'm really not a fan. And if one thing I would change about Planetside 2 is revert the redeploy system to what it was. Some things have been a lot better though, like introducing the lattice system was nice to prevent, ghost squads from capping half the base by the warp gate. And NS Operatives, which was one of the more recent updates, is a pretty cool concept, a whole new class that essentially, like, NS Operatives is essentially like an official fourth factioner, right? Where it's literally a fourth faction, and it's literally randomized what main faction you play as an NS Operatives. This is essentially official fourth factioning, but it's definitely a interesting concept. However, NS Operatives really do need to be improved a lot, NS in general needs more official NS weapons to give them more variety in their loadouts. They need their own maxes, they need their own Empire specific vehicles, they need their own main battle tank and ESF, because without them they just feel out of place, They need those Empire specific things and just a little bit more weapons in general, just to make them fit in a little bit more. But other than that, NS Operatives are a pretty interesting idea, if you remember, that is. A little bit cash grabby, but you know what? It's a free-to-play game. Of course, there's going to be microtransactions. They have to make money off of Planetside 2 somehow. So it doesn't bother me too much. I've definitely sunk in over $200 in Planetside 2 over the past 7 years. And I have no shame. Planetside 2 is a good game. It's fucking worth it. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what the devs have planned. The devs keep on hinting on Twitter about a huge update coming up. And that there's a dev live stream that was postponed until December, I think. I'm really, really exciting, and I'm really theorizing about what the hell they're gonna do. My guess is that they're finally going to release Osher and the Bastion fleet carriers. That's at least my theory of what they're going to do. I'm gonna get the new map out that they've been teasing for the past year or so, probably more than that. They're gonna finally push that out, and they're gonna get the Bastion fleet carriers out, and we're just gonna have a new fresh map to play on, which is always nice, because seeing the same map every goddamn night is getting a little annoying. Ahem. Also, when they release the new map, I'm kind of hoping they allow more than one continent to be unlocked again. Because having only one continent unlocked has definitely led to some frustrating nights where it's like, oh, we're on Esamir again for the 3rd time in a row. Or, oh, we're on Hossin again for the 4th time in a row. So if they do release Osha with the next big update, I do hope that they kind of, spread the love a little bit and allow for You know, even just 2 continents being unlocked at the same time is good enough for me. You know, just increase the variety just a little bit, you know? Wait, am I actually fucking doing damage to this thing? What the fuck? I can damage vehicles with just fuck. What? Bruh. Bruh. Hold up. Hold up. A little bit off topic, but hold up. For real? For real? This is legitimate. Okay. But futuristic alien fucking infinity gauntlet here could just fucking thwap anything and everything to death. Alright. Seems legit. Ow. Seems legit. But yeah, other than that, I mean, Planetside 2, regardless of what all the memes say and everything like that, Planetside 2 is definitely not dead. Has its player base declined? Yeah, obviously. There's no denying that. The Planetside player base has definitely declined a little bit in the past 7 years. But you know what? It's still going strong. You can really only find solid matches in the evening, at least based on my personal experience. But yeah, there's still, you know, enough people on in the evenings and nights and early mornings to get a few good matches in. A couple good farms and all that stuff. But yeah, it's definitely declined, but it's nowhere near dead. Planetside 2 will definitely live on for another good few years, I hope. But yeah, here's to the future of Planetside 2. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.